Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back again to On the Virtual Track. This is episode 17 now as well, and we're going to be joined on my left-hand side, well, this side, depending where you're looking at as well, by Mr. Luke Crowley is going to come along and have a chat with me. Luke, how you doing, bud?
I'm all right, mate. How you doing?
I'm not bad, dude. Not bad. Bit hot.
Good.
I'm not going to lie.
Is.
So how could you say you're hot and you sit there in a hoodie?
Well, I've had the window open while I was putting the lad to bed, so it's actually gone a bit cool in here. So decided to put a jumper on for a little bit, but it'll warm up.
Mate, I've got two fans on me. I've got a fan down here and a fan over there, just like blowing on me because it is that roasting in my office. I don't have a window either, which doesn't help my situation.
Oh, but I'm lucky in that regard. So yeah.
Oh, dude, I wish on that one. But let's get into it then, son. Where we normally ask the first fateful question of how far back are we going when you started driving in? Most of the time it's games, I'm going to say. So how far back do we go?
So sim racing, probably about 2020. But actual just driving in games, I think I've been doing it for the majority of my life. So
okay, what was the first game? Can you remember?
So I mean, first game of actual driving in a game, right? It's not real driving, really. But if you remember on the Sega Mega Drive, there was Micro Machines.
Dude, yeah. I love that game.
Honestly, that was one of my favorite games when I was a little kid. It was absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Top-down driving. That was fantastic.
I don't even know what I'd call it, to be blatantly honest. Either.
I know, it's nothing to do with sim racing, but it was such a good game.
It was so good. Let me see if I can get this up now, guys, as well, for everybody at home. Let's see if I can get the right one here. Was it this one?
It's that one. Yeah, exactly that one.
It's this one, isn't it? Yeah, that was
that's
the one. And you used to drive around different variations of a track. Now, as you can see, there's a poker table up there. I think you're on a workbench on that one as well, and there was lots of different ones at the same time. How far back was that? 2000? No, how far back are we going? 2000?
It'd be more. It'd be earlier than that, surely.
Micro Machines, 1991.
That's the one.
It's got to be that one, isn't it? Yeah,
it
1991.
Is that one, yeah.
So that was, 24 years ago. So how old are you now?
It's more than 24 years because I'm 39. And I was born in 85.
What is that, 91?
No, 34 years.
34 years, isn't it?
34 years ago, yeah.
Blimey.
Yeah. So from when I was like 5 years old, 6 years old.
And I think that's interesting as well because when we're talking to people, we're seeing so many variations of different where they start. We've got older people like myself. We started at pole position as well, where you just used to go full flat around a racing track, and that was about it at the same time. Where do we go from Micro Machines then? Because as you said, you were 5? Yeah.
So I was at 5 or 6 at that point. And that's when I had the Sega Mega Drive. Now, obviously, anything on the Mega Drive, it's not really racing because it was all like 8-bit, 16-bit games. It was, you're just getting pictures on the screen. That's all you're getting. But no, proper driving would be the first Gran Turismo version on the PlayStation. The first PlayStation.
Was that Gran Turismo 1 on the PS? Was it PS1?
Yeah, the original PlayStation, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I remember because it used to come like this as well, when you used to basically have the disc still inside at the same time. It was that one, the real driving simulator. It's interesting from there because I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that was out around about the same time as the first Need for Speed as well.
Oh, yeah.
Was that Need for Speed Underground or Wanted? What was it?
I don't think Underground was the first one. I'm not 100% sure, though.
Yeah, because
But I did have Underground.
I think everybody had Underground at some point, and we all started playing it as well. Most Wanted was another one that was out around about that time as well. And I think this gives us an idea of where everybody what sort of genre people looked at. when
Yeah.
they were playing video games. I played Gran Turismo, Need for Speed, Wanted, Underground, and then you go kind of, I think your natural sort of progression from that was probably into F1.
Well, actually, no. I know, yeah, yeah. So I did Gran Turismo for a bit, and then I did Gran Turismo 2, and just went through the Gran Turismos on the PlayStations, as it were. And then when I got to around about 16, 17, I started going to the local arcade with my mates. And while I was there, I would spend, and I think I probably spent thousands and thousands of pounds on a game called Initial D. So
Initial D.
yeah, Initial D. So if you've not heard of Initial D, the arcade game was based on a Japanese anime at the time, which was all about toge racing or uphill downhill drift racing. So it's all Japanese tuners basically doing downhill courses and uphill courses of mountain ranges in Japan.
What, like hill climbs?
Yeah, yeah. Well, part of it's hill climbs, part of it's downhill, but yeah.
Like that?
So yeah, exactly like that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So those exact machines actually you've got up there. I used to go on a Wednesday night every week, and I used to spend like 20, 30 quid. And it wasn't like I wasn't racing other people for the majority of the time. I was just trying to be the best times on tracks. And that was where I proper got my love for racing. That was like, I would just sit down on my own and just churn out time after time, trying to get things like precise and right, So it wasn't just throwing things around the corner at however fast I could get it and using other people to turn and all the rest of it. It was like proper racing. Even though, like, obviously the physics wasn't any good, but everyone was driving with the same physics, so it all evened out. But yeah, that was where I proper started to really enjoy practicing, I guess, more than anything.
Yeah, there ain't many people that practice, dude, to be blatantly honest. If you wanted to buy them games now, it'd cost you about $9,000.
Yeah, probably about right.
That's absolutely bonkers. And if that's where you sort of got your love of racing as such and your uphill downhills, how then did we go into that? Because there's still a big gap before you hit the year 2000.
Oh, there is. I think I grew up for a little bit. So I went off to uni, and there was nowhere I could really do anything at uni. I was too involved in sport at uni and other games really. That I just kind of had a bit of a break from driving then, and there wasn't much that really interested me. And then I think I got back into it. Like the thing that reignited it all was Drive to Survive.
Yeah,
was the big thing, and and then it was Drive to Survive. Started watching F1 again. Got F1 2019, and then lockdown happened, and it was like everybody was switching over to like sim racing. Watching the F1 drivers do sim racing and stuff, and then yeah, after about a year of playing F1, I was like, no, I need more than this. It's got to be better. It's got to be better, right? So I had a look at what everybody else was doing, and you got the Assetto courses out there and your R Factor 2s and all the rest of it, and then I was like, iRacing, that's it. Why go for the other stuff when you can go straight to the pinnacle? And I was like, yeah, I'll just get an iRacing. Turns out I wasn't very good, so it was a very sharp learning curve. But yeah, I had my Logitech G29 and hit the track in the Mazdas for a good long while, and I think I got down to about 1,000 I rating before I decided that actually probably need to learn this properly. And then started doing the actual work.
Dude, I'd just done F4 at Oran Park before we started, and trust me, there's a lot of people in there around about because I'm trying to get my I rating back up after I let my boy, should we say, break it down to some really low level, and I've just managed to get it back up to 1,260 from like 374 or something, and I was in with the range of that 12 to 1,500 IR range, and I think out of a full field of 24 of us, I think 12 of us, maybe even 10 of us finished. It was shocking, dude.
I am not surprised.
It was absolutely bonkers, and people were just all over the place. Like I got taken out by a guy who went to go up the inside, so I left him bucket loads of room, and he just drove straight into the side of me, and I was just like, mate, you know what I mean? How much more room do you need? And I think it's interesting when you start because, funny enough, in the rule of iRacing is generally avoid the guy in the Red Bull livery. And we had one of them in this F4, and funny enough, he caused chaos. And I don't know if it's because people don't know how to drive, or if they just don't practice to drive. I can't quite work out what it is, because obviously I've seen, I don't know, I've got to be thousands now of races across the time I've been doing this commentating malarkey. You know, we've got 2,000 videos on our YouTube channel, so I'm probably on most of them. Let's put it that way. And you kind of sit back and wonder where people see their ability, you know, and where they see how they fit into the equation of driving what they're doing. You had a rough start in MX5s. So how did you get to where you are now?
Right. So, yeah, I did that stuff in MX5s. I was an idiot, just like everybody else is when they start. And yeah, I think you touched on it there. It was like an over exaggeration of my own personal skill level. Mm-hmm. I think it's probably the best way to put it.
Oh, I agree.
Yeah, you think you can do more than you can do. And honestly, you think the car can do more than it can do. And you end up finding out it can't in the worst possible ways. Usually involving other people as well, which is usually the bad bit. But yeah, for me, it was like, oh no, I don't like being bad at stuff, right? So I wanted to get better, and just redoing the same things over and over again wasn't doing it. You know, I felt like I was enjoying the car and whatnot. So I started to look at track guides and stuff and trying to get the idea of how other people were driving. What was the optimal way to drive the car, even if it wasn't the fastest. It was like, if I learn that, then I'll be able to go faster by the time I've learned it. Mm-hmm. I've always known these things take time, right? So, some people expect the world in 2 minutes. It doesn't work like that. Sometimes you'll go slower before you get faster. And you know, that's something I've told a lot of people many times. Don't like to listen, but there you go.
I don't know why you're brushing over they don't like to listen, dude. Like I've met people who don't listen to anything. You know, they sit back and they go, well, you don't drive, JP. Why should I listen to you? It's like, I don't know, maybe the 2,000 races I've sat and watched and might be a rough idea. But I think that's the problem, isn't it? Where you try and talk to people, you try and understand people, you know, you're trying to give them advice and they just don't like it. But then they wonder why they're not getting better. Why are you shooting up to, I don't know what you're on at the moment with iRating in cars. I think you're like 3.8. Is it 3.8?
Yeah, 3.7, 3.8 around there at the moment.
Yeah, and they're sitting on 1,500 and they can't quite work out why. So what would you say to somebody who was sitting around 1,500 and just gone, I don't know what I'm
doing? You're probably trying to be too fast. Is the first thing I would say. One thing I've always said, because I have done some friendly coaching, like with some of my mates and stuff that do this, and you know, they're sitting around the 1,500, 1,800, 2,000 mark, and I've always said to them that age old expression of slow is smooth, smooth is fast. Mm-hmm. Right? If you're in a car, in general, most cars the car wants you to be smooth. It wants smooth inputs, because it's not all just about getting around the corner. It's about weight shift. It's about, you know, being able to have a better exit than other people. You know, all your time's made up in the exit, but they're always like they're in that arcade mode of, to go faster I must brake later, and it's like, that's not how it works. And I've done stuff like I've gone around the same track in the same car as them, and I've looked at their braking references, and I've braked 50 meters before them and still gotten round faster just to prove that it's not the entry, it's the exit that counts. If you take it smoother and be slower, you will get faster. You just got to learn how the car reacts and, be nice and gentle with it. That's always been my philosophy on stuff.
There's a couple of cars we talk about when we're broadcasting, and we sort of put it in an analogy of, well, I've got this analogy that I've kind of accustomed to people, is you've got to Netflix and chill it, and you have to treat it nice. Otherwise, it's not a drunken night out in a nightclub. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The Mercedes GT3 is a car. It's got to be very nice treated as well. Otherwise, that thing will just want to kill you. And this is the problem. I think people's understanding of, okay, if I do this, it has a chain reaction. And open wheelers is a prime example of people braking late, because they watch F1. They watch the fact that they brake at the 50 or whatever meter board, and then they think they can do that in every open wheel they touch. And as I'm finding out, the F4 does not want to do that. It wants to just roll. It needs that sort of carry. It needs to brake early and just let it go round the corner on its own. And if you were sat there and we were in a room and there was 60 drivers, how would you approach people in your method of saying, right, you've got to do it this way?
That's a question. This is why I'm not a coach, right? So my people skills might not be the best. My friends put up with me doing it because we're mates and I'll buy them a beer later, But yeah, I'm very much a shut up, I know better than you, do what I tell you, and you'll find out that it's the right way to do in a minute. Right, that's very much my way of doing it. Right?
So it's almost like a fuck around and find out session.
Basically, it's like, right, who's got the highest IRA in here? Me. Okay, shut up, do this, and I'm telling you, this is what will happen. But this is bred from like my mates also being, I don't want to say combative. I don't think that's the right word, but we're all very competitive, right? And they don't like the fact that I might be better than it. Subconsciously, they're like, no, he's not right. He's not right. And they all think that I'm lying about stuff or, trying to give them a bum steer or whatever. And it's like, no. This is actually how you're supposed to do it. And yeah, you're not going to be fast straight away. You need to practice. And yeah, they're not. So I'm very much like, all right, well, you know what? Just shut up and do what I say and you'll see that it's faster. Yeah. And then you'll stop giving me jip about it. So,
I watched Days of Thunder the other day because I was just like, God, I need to watch that film. It keeps popping up on the whole, like, was it on Prime or Netflix? And it was like, your recommendation was Days of Thunder. And I was like, I got to do it. Like, I've seen it hundreds of times. So I've got to sit back and watch it. And the bit that always sticks in my head was, right, we're going to do 50 laps your way. We're going to do 50 laps my way. And obviously, like anything, the coaches and the team guy was like, he was better. And do you go into people and go, right, okay, give me 10 laps your way and we'll see what you get. And then you do 10 laps my way and see what you get.
Yeah, that's exactly what I do. I watch a couple of my friends do laps and I'll just sit there and watch them do laps. And then I'll be like, right, next time round, I want you to brake earlier here. I want you to turn in later. And then I want you to accelerate out when you feel like it's comfortable. And then they'll go through the corner and I'll be like, right, throttle down, as they're like, they're waiting. I'm like, it's okay now, go. Yeah. And then a couple of laps later, they'll see actually it's a lot faster. And then they start doing that. And it's like, because I want them to figure it out themselves. But at the same time, I want to help them. So
I dread to think, actually, I'd love to go on a coaching session, but I would dread going into that coaching session because I just sense like that you're more like, fucking do it now. Otherwise you're going to be on your own in about 3 laps.
One of my best mates, Mark, who I race with, I will actually shout at him. I will full on shout at him, but I know that that's what he responds to. Like I've got other mates who definitely won't respond to me shouting at him. Like that's the thing. But Mark, I need to actually shout at him because he just forgets stuff.
Yeah.
Like he'll be doing things and I'll be like, yeah, you need to be in second gear for this corner, and we'll come around again. He won't be. So it's like, remember, it's second gear. Yeah, and then we'll go around again. It's like, remember, you're in third, right? It's second gear. Like, oh, okay, I'll go around it. Second, and it's just, and it's just like, the volume increases and increases and increases, and it's just like, I said, get your foot on the throttle. All of a sudden, I find myself in this like shouting match. And I'm like, oh, this is not how it's supposed to be.
I'm this angry coach match.
Yeah.
So we've just got into iRacing in the 2000, which is pretty much what I'm finding that everybody joined at the same time, dude. I did. There was loads of other people I've spoken to over the last 17 weeks that have done the same thing. We've got to go from a progression of officials to league racing. How did we end up going there?
Right. So, I said I was watching track guides and stuff to improve, and there was a guy on YouTube, Tony Dibden.
Yeah, I know. Well, I'm not saying I know Tony. I know of Tony.
Yeah, so I ended up watching a lot of Tony's user guides, track guides, because I started racing the F4. That was like, because that was around when the F4 came out, and I was like, oh yeah, want to get in that. That sounds cool. It's slow, but it's still a decently fast open wheeler. So I was like, yeah. So got in that, watching his track guides and stuff. Ended up watching some of his streams and things, and getting involved in his community and whatnot. And then he set up an F4 league, which I joined, and there was probably about 40 odd or so of us doing it.
I know somebody else has just done that as well.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah. I might have seen that notification. Yeah.
You might have done it. I don't remember seeing your name on the list, to be honest with you.
I think it's on a day when I can't do it, to be honest.
It's on a bloody Wednesday. Sure.
Yeah, it's a day I can't do, unfortunately.
Is it? Oh, right.
Yeah, it is.
So tell me what's more important.
A league with my actual real life mates. So unfortunately,
piss off!
I'm the founder and runner of said league. I can't not turn up.
I'll get you. I'll let you off on that one. What was Tony's YouTube? It's not Tony Dibden, is it? What's it?
TDI 99.
TDR.
TDI.
Ah, yes.
Yeah, TDI 99.
Yeah, because
when
did I have? I think I've spoken to Tony before in an event we were doing years ago. I think I'll say years ago now as well. It was like 3 or 4 years ago. But I would recommend him, guys, if you go and check him out, TDI 99, go and have a look. There's loads of guides on there. You can pick your car, he does normally tracks of the week as well, I think, doesn't he? And certain cars,
do a lot of stuff.
He does absolutely chunks of things.
He's got loads of stuff in his back catalogue as well. Some of it's on old tyre models and stuff, but the lines are still relevant.
I don't think anything's going to change, is it? Let's be real about it.
Nah.
As well, and if you drive F4's at Summit Point this week, and there's a track guide on there for that one, which is basically what I'm probably going to watch after this, because I've got to do that.
No, it is good. So I ended up in his F4 league, and the first race was Virginia Full. And I got like P7 or P8 in the first race, and then we did full reverse grid for the second race. So I was like right at the back, like behind 30 odd people or whatever. And I got my braking point wrong into T1 on lap 1, streamed down the inside and completely speared. I think his name was Daz, completely speared Daz in the side as he was going around turn 1, and it was like right in front of Tony as well. So like Tony was streaming this, and he just saw my car go woof straight across the front of him, and that was where I got the nickname Torpedo.
We have referenced that a couple of times, haven't we? In the SR10s as well. But when did you decide then that league racing was the only way you were going to go with this?
Well, I did enjoy that league, and Tony only ran it for one season. I think he found it a bit too rough on the political side of things, because obviously it's his community and he was trying to be nice to everybody, and some people weren't especially happy with some of the driving standards. And league running is one of the hardest things to do. I've got to be honest. You've got
You got to be a mate, but you got to be an arsehole. You know,
I can imagine it being really tough to be everybody's friend at the same time. It's like you got to take that stance, haven't you?
Dude, you never bloody can. That's the problem, and that's what leads to fucking politics. And most leagues that run stewarding is the biggest one that's got politics. It's ridiculous because nobody's going to agree with a stewarding anyway in general. And I think that's the thing. It's trying to find that balance, and you never fucking find it, dude. There's always somebody somewhere, even if you do it for specifically said, right, it's free, it's fun, don't fuck about. You can guarantee somebody's going to fuck about.
That's it.
It's always the way. So where do we go after this then, dude? Because we're driving the F4s at the moment.
Yeah, so I got a bit fed up. Fed up's not the right word, but I just wanted to try other things than the F4. And, you know, Tony's League wasn't running anymore. So I was like, I'll try a few different things. I tried the super formulas, like the big boy super formulas, not the SFLs. I like the big boys. They're really nice.
Do you?
Yeah. I enjoy.
You love a good big boy.
Yeah. Anything that's hard to drive.
You put that in there really quickly. Anything hard to drive?
Hard to drive. Anything hard to drive, I enjoy. So the super formulas were pretty fun. I did that for a little bit, but then it was like, and then we came across the Radical, the SR10.
Did you drive the SR8?
I never drove the SR8, and I am glad I didn't.
Oh,
I am glad I didn't. Everybody loves the SR8, right? I have driven it since. I gave it. Was it a week 13? There was a week 13 SR8
I
at
think
Spa.
So.
Yeah, I did a few races in the SR8 at Spa, and honestly, and you're gonna hate me for this, it's boring. It's just boring. There's no edge of the seat driving. There's no like, oh, is this going to kill me at the next corner? No, it's just super safe all the way around. Oh, getting a bit twitchy, you can just catch it, and it's just like, all right, it's not hard enough, you know. It's boring. The SR10, I love the fact that the SR10's constantly trying to kill me all the time. I love it. Absolutely
Dude,
love it.
I've got a league of about 25 people driving SR8s that might disagree with you.
I know. I've found party with one of them. My Busan's always going on about the SR8, and he's like, and I told him, I was like, "Nah, mate, it's boring," and he was like, "What?" I was like, "Yeah, it's boring." So I've had this argument with people, but I'm quite glad that I didn't come along when the SR8 was there because, you know, being completely serious, if the SR8 is that good to drive, I don't want it to tarnish my feelings of the SR10 because I love that car. That SR10 is like my favorite thing to drive.
Did you drive it when it first came out?
No, I didn't.
Oh, dude, it was utter dog shit.
That was it. I think I joined it just the right time. It had just been sort of fixed. Not that it's perfect now by any stretch. No, but it had just been sort of fixed.
Yeah, it was utter dog to the point of where Radical had to get involved in the end and work with iRacing to correct everything on it. It was proper dog shit, and literally they were touching it. They would one season you get one car and then go touch it again, it would go wrong, and then in the end Radical were like, right, fuck it, hold on a minute, we're going to get involved and sort this fucking car out. And it took Radical to get involved with iRacing to deal with the SR10 because it was that fucking bad. And I think a lot of people at that point, and there was a lot of leagues that I did with SR10s that went to the SR8 for a whole season because it was utter fucking dog shit. And is that where your sort of expertise is now? Is that where you sort of like, when you jump on iRacing, you look for the SR10?
Pretty much, yeah. Like I said before, I run a league for friends, like real life friends. But that's in lower powered cars. So we're running the Toyota GR86 at the moment, which is a nice car. It's nice and safe. You know, people keep it on track, so it's all right. But at the same time, you can be fast in it because you can be really, really precise. So it's I find it pretty good fun. Plus, it runs in 2 official series, and the production car and the GR Cup. So plenty of official chances there as well. So But I like that. We've done the Formula V's and the Mazdas as well in our race. We did a couple of leagues in a couple of seasons in ACC as well. I don't like ACC, but less about that the better.
I agree.
Yeah.
I'm doing a broadcasting league in a set of Corsa at the moment. The best thing about it is it's the British BTC touring cars modded in.
Oh yeah.
And they are fucking amazing. Like, I've driven them and they were absolutely incredible. And you know, they just get the cars right. When somebody mods something, they get it right. They generally can hit the nail on the head with it. And I think I don't touch ACC, and I probably wouldn't, to be honest. I'll do a set of Corsa because I think some of the things and the mods in there as well. And I love a good touring car situation. I don't like the touring cars in iRacing, so I don't fucking drive them because I think they're outdated and a load of rubbish, to be blatantly honest. And I think they need upgrading. But, you know, trying to get an upgrade on them, well, to be fair, I've got more chance of becoming fucking getting confused with being Santa. Let's just put it that way. At the same time. So where do we think then we're going to end up going with you in Luke? Where are we going to see you sort of further on down the road?
I don't know at this point, to be honest. I'm doing all right in Radical Race Series at the Mo. I'm hoping that picks up a bit again. And I'm in the Radical Sim Racing European Championships at the moment.
Yeah, with Sandro and his lot.
Yeah. So I'm leading the amateur class at the Mo. So
3.8 I rating and you're an AM.
When I joined, I think it was 3.2. So I've gone up 600 since. But it's a full year championship in it, so people are going to get better as they go on. But I was just on the brink between the two. But to be fair, I'm getting absolutely tanned by the pros. So
who's killing you? James Barry?
All of them, mate. Honestly,
who else is there?
There's the Lips. So Christoph Lip, his brother Sebastian Lip, Christopher Tavernan. He is super quick. Andre Castro, Rafa Blanco. You know, George, the Portuguese man of war.
George Gonzaga.
George Gonzaga. Dennis in there. All the ENA guys are in there. So
Kiriakopoulos in there, is he?
Yeah, he's in there. So they're all in the pros. There's Havik Gullikson. There's a lot of them in there, and they all absolutely wipe the floor with me, mate. Like we all run on the same point system. If you were to put me in the pros, right? Bear in mind, I am P1 in AM right now. If you put me in the pros, I'm something like P17. Yeah, it's like right down there.
It's amazing, isn't it? How you go from one to another. Because I think Sandro has taken that league. I was in it right at the beginning. It was called the FBL at the time, Formula Baltic League, and literally it was the first league I ever drove in before I started. It was actually how I started commentating, because the guy was posting videos on YouTube of just everybody driving around with nothing, like, you know. Right. So I said, chuck me the replay file, and I found a shitty overlay with a mic that made me sound like I was in the toilet, and I just literally put some commentary over the top. And then it started from there, and then the guys that had it couldn't do it. Then fucking Sandro took over with Nihad. Then was born the Radical Sim Racing, and then it's just gone from strength to strength to strength to strength, and it's just got to the point where it's now sort of the pinnacle SR10 league to be in.
Yeah,
that's the thing with that, and I think he's done so much work. The guy's like worked his butt off, and you know, I've spoken to him. We talk on WhatsApp and video call each other and stuff like that. And dude, I don't think anybody understands the amount of stress, the amount of work that guy has put into that league.
Oh, I know. He's like, I've had conversations with him, and we've private DM'd as well about stuff, and he must be doing that like, you know, 20-fold. Every week, like talking to people individually and stuff, and just getting things done. He does a lot.
Oh, bro,
he really does do a lot.
It is insane, and I know this year they took on RaceSpot to try and elevate it further as well.
Mhm.
I won't tell you the fucking bill, but it's enough.
Yeah.
And he's just done so fucking much, for that league and getting it where it needs to be. It's fucking incredible. The guy deserves a fucking iRacing Hall of Fame fucking legend medal for the amount of work he's put into that league. Where then do we turn around and does Luke Crowley look at himself and go, I've had enough now?
Oh, I don't know. I think this year in the RSR might be my last one. I think
that's a different situation. They're struggling a little bit, I think, with Radical Race Series, and that's the thing.
RSR.
It's a tough area to work on as well. But RSR aren't struggling, no.
No, RSR, all right. It's just, I don't know. You know what? It's too early in the day to say. To be completely honest, because if I win the AMS, then I've got free entry to next year. So I'd be silly not to use it. But I'll be in the pros then. And honestly, how some of these guys are like a second and a half, 2 seconds faster. Some of these tracks, I just don't get it. Well, I know exactly what the problem is, right? But overcoming that problem is a thing.
Does it involve PC checking?
No, not at all. Not at
all.
Oh,
I love a good conspiracy there, Mr. Crowley.
No.
I thought we were going down a conspiracy one.
No, I will not be casting aspersions on anyone. They are extremely fast drivers. Extremely fast drivers.
I agree.
They know the car inside out. They know some of these tracks inside out. Like some of the tracks that I've done have been the first time I've driven them in iRacing this year. Like when we had that race at I think was it Bathurst? And I'm like, yeah, I've literally never raced it before. So like that's something that I've had to overcome. And yeah, it's some of these guys have been doing it for so many years, so many years, and bridging that gap is just insane.
Mm-hmm.
They are so precise every single lap. They're so consistent, and I struggle to know how I'm going to replicate that without seriously dedicating some time that I don't have to it. So it's like, what happens? Do I continue to do it for the love of doing it? Do I explore a different car? I can't see me going to a different sim. I'll always be in iRacing. That's just where I'll be. Do I go and find a different league? Do I go back to open wheelers again? There's a few options. But we'll see.
When will it ever stop?
I'm hoping it won't. Honestly, I'm hoping. I will hope against all hope that my kid grows up to enjoy sim racing and wants to come and do it with me, and we can be like little father-son duo in endurance racing or whatever. But I'd love that. I'd love that. I'll never get the opportunity to real life race, so that's not something I'm even contemplating. So yeah, I'll just be doing this for the rest of my days or until my hands fall off, I guess.
Okay, mate. Well, that's a great insight into sort of your journey in. But now let's touch on Luke Crowley, the man. What gets Luke Crowley excited? What outside of sim racing?
Well, I've just touched on it. I'm a dad, so my kid's pretty special to me.
Have you got a boy or girl?
Boy, Max.
How old is he?
He is 4.5, so he's going to school in September.
Ooh,
yeah. It's a good time. It's a good time.
Yeah. For the wife, it's a good time. Do you work, Luke? What do you do generally for a living?
Yeah, so I'm a software developer.
Okay, so, what do you develop?
Well, that's a question. I am part of a IT department, internal IT department for a company. So none of my stuff touches the public. It's all just internal and what our company uses. But it's a international, like global company, so it's pretty big as it goes. So I'm just one of many cogs in a machine, mate.
You're a number.
That's me. I wouldn't say I'm a number. Set of initials, maybe.
Ooh.
But Yeah, not quite a number.
As long as the boss knows your name. Is that that's the important
Yeah,
bit?
that's it. Yeah. He calls me by my first name.
Nice.
He looks at the back of his hand first, but
He just picks up. Right, ILD cubicle 7. Oh, yeah, that's Mr. Crowley.
It's not nearly that bad, to be honest, mate. I work from home most days, well, nearly all days. In this very room, in fact, right here. So I get to work from home. If I got any like big meetings and stuff, I go in the office, which is about a 10-minute commute for me, so it's like nothing.
Okay.
So I'm pretty comfy like where I am. I like the work. It's not the same every day, so it's all right.
All right.
It's not too bad.
Now we're going to touch on some things that's amalgamating around the back of the man cave at the moment. 3D printer.
3D printer, yeah.
Why?
I just wanted to play around a little bit. I thought, why buy a button box when you can build one yourself?
Okay. Have you?
Yeah. I have actually. Let me see. There you go. There's a button box that I built and soldered together, and I designed a bracket for the back so it can go on the simrace. I've just not put it on there yet.
Are they commercial? Or are they just Mr. Luke Crowley's own?
I absolutely would not sell my solder into anybody at this point in time. Definitely need some practice.
Is there like a mount in a solder?
Mate, I think it's solder and wishes that are holding this together at the moment.
At least you know it's not going to fall apart, mate. The solder's not going to come off.
Well, yeah. We'll wait and see.
How did that all come about? How did you wake up one day and go, I want to get a 3D printer?
Well, I was literally looking at button boxes. Like, I'm not joking. I was looking at button boxes and I was thinking, yeah, they look pretty nice. And I was looking on Etsy around at some of the ones that people make, and I was like, that's 3D printed that.
Sim 3D are a big one.
Yeah, I was wondering. I was like, I wonder how much a 3D printer is. And I went and had a look. I looked at some reviews. I think Dan Suzuki had just put out a video about a 3D printer, and I was like, that doesn't look too bad, that. So I went and I looked at how much it was, and I was like, actually, that's pretty good. And I was like, yeah, go on then, fine, I'll get it, and I'll mess around. So yeah, I built this button box, which I'm not yet using, but I also built, I printed some stands, some feet for my monitor stand, to raise it about 2 inches off the ground, because I wanted to get a new wheelbase underneath. So I printed those off. I printed off a holder for my Husqvarna Sprint like elastomers and stuff to go on the rig, and just things like that, cable tidies and whatnot, just little things. But it was nice to tinker around,
So you've printed off cable tidies.
Yeah, I'm not saying I've used them.
I could bloody see you haven't used them.
I've definitely not used them.
Don't try and slide your chair across me and cover up that lip.
You can see any cables there.
If you look over his right left shoulder, if you're looking at the screen, there is a mountain of them all going up. Look at the state of that, son.
It's awful. There's a motherboard there as well. There's a lot of crap there. That's my old rig motherboard there.
Dude, you should have learned to blur your screen like me, mate. You know what I mean?
Do you know what? I tried to blur my screen and I failed miserably. So here I am.
NVIDIA broadcast, mate, does it all for you. Absolutely amazing. So what else then? Because you, from my point of view, if I saw you in the street and we just got talking and I asked you what you did, I would put you down as a golfer.
A golfer?
Yeah, you look like a guy who played golf.
No, I have never golfed. I go to the gym a little bit, not too much, but I do lift weights. That's one of the things I do to like try and stay in shape. I go out and walk the dog a bit, but not a lot. The wife does that mainly. But yeah, I stay in all day and fiddle with computers and things. I will say I'm a massive nerd, mate.
Oh,
yeah. You say if you saw me in the street, I'm not on the street to see. So
Well, yeah, by the time that would be a problem. So, you know what I mean? I'd need to go around the house and knock on the door. Hello, mate. Look, this is what the sun looks like.
I have thought about golf. I've been thinking like, how can I get myself out of the house?
Golf's good, man. I enjoy golf. I used to play golf a lot when I was younger, before kids, and I used to play. I don't know. 2 or 3 times a week, give or take. Golf coaching on a Saturday. It's one of them where I used to get to the golf club at about 7:30, hit the driving range for about 2 hours, then play 18 holes. Well, go and have breakfast, then play 18 holes, and then go and have lunch, and then go back on the driving range again and cool down. I was like proper into it.
You see, that sounds really nice. The sports that I used to play, right? There's too much running in them. I hate running. I absolutely hate it. When I was a kid, I used to play football. Played football right up until I was like 17 for a local team. I did a lot of swimming as well when I was a kid, and like I can't be bothered with that. I do a bit of swimming at the gym every now and then if I want to like cool down or whatever. And when I was at uni, I played lacrosse. But other than that, I'm just like, no, there's too much running. Too much running. When I go to the gym, I can sit down and lift weights.
Yeah.
Right. I can stand still and lift weights. I'm not moving around. I'm not walking or running or whatever.
Dude, I feel you. I did the most laziest sports. I it's like anything. I grew up playing football, and I did it loads until my knees just decided that they don't like it. All right, so I'm one of these that has to sit on the bed for 10 minutes just to make sure my knees have unlocked before I can get up, because they're that battered, and I like But I play golf, and I used to love golf, and then I got into fishing, and fishing, it's a different world.
Yeah.
You just go to the lake, set all your stuff up, put your rods out, and that's it. Fucking chill.
Yeah.
And you don't hear a noise apart from the fucking birds and maybe your alarms when you catch a fish.
That's it. I used to fish just a little bit. Every time I went down to South Wales with my parents, I used to go sea fishing with my dad off the harbour.
Yeah.
We used to do that. So we'd do like once or twice a year. But yeah, it was just that. You just set it out, put it out there, eat a pie.
Yeah.
Just chill.
Put your kettle on.
Shoot the shit.
Stove.
Yeah.
It's good with a mate, obviously, fishing.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you go there and you sit there and fucking feel a bit lonely. But fishing with a mate was always good.
I don't know. Right now, I'd be quite happy to go and be on my own for a little bit.
Mate, do you know what? I got back I went to Santa Pod this weekend with my son, and he was doing his drag biking. And Friday, it was 350 fucking entrants. And where they put us, we were right by the start line, by the pairing lanes. And we had 350 fucking bikes and cars all day going.
Oh, Jesus.
So come the evening, everybody was like, oh, they're all outside having a fucking chinwag and that. My son went out and he goes and plays with his mates up there. And I sat in the fucking caravan. I shut the fucking door and I laid on my bed. And I was just like, silence. It was fucking amazing. To the point of where people were knocking on my caravan going, are you all right? Everything all right in there? I was like, yeah, I just want a fucking piece of quiet. You know what I mean? So, right, final part. We've been going for nearly fucking 50 minutes already. One car, one track. If you had the option, iRacing contacted you. Well, what car, what track?
Oh, that's not already in it?
Yeah, well, yeah, whatever car you want to put in it.
Oh, all right. Yeah. Track would be Bahrain. Absolutely.
Why? I think that's come up a couple of times.
Because it's just a great track. It's great for everything, apart from underpowered cars, obviously, because it's big and long and everything else. But can you imagine IMSA there? Multi-class racing would be fantastic. Absolutely fantastic at Bahrain. Do you not agree?
I don't know. It's one of them circuits. Let me see if I can find the fucking track map that you're all going to recognise.
It would be either Bahrain or Saudi. Right, Saudi Arabia with the walls. It's super fast with the walls.
Let's see if we can get this
I think
up.
that'd be great.
That's Bahrain. Yeah, I can see where you go. IMSA and multi-class, I agree. Right, I think anything super formulas probably would be you got your W13s, but I don't even know if the W13s are running in fucking iRacing anymore, to be honest. Super formulas, IMSA for multi-class, I 100% agree with you. I think that would be the place to put them. But it's when you're going to Spa and then you find that you're going there in a fucking MX-5 and you're doing 2 minute and fucking 20. I think I saw an officials not long after the Clio come out. Clio at Nordschleife. It was like 9.5 fucking minutes.
Yeah. I've done the Formula V at the Nordschleife, mate. It takes forever.
Dude,
It's like a
fucking
lifetime.
bonkers. Why would you do that? Like, why would you stick a Clio at Nords? It's like 9.5 minutes. I'd be able to stop and fucking eat my dinner.
You know, it's pretty fun to drive that Clio, though.
Oh, mate, I've done the Clio
It's pretty
leagues. It's
fun.
been amazing. Clios have been awesome as well. Right, so we're going to Bahrain. I agree with you on that. What car are we sticking in?
Oh, now that is a question. One that isn't
Dude, you
in there
clearly
already.
haven't watched the podcast before, have you? It's at the end of every fucking podcast.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Literally, there's people who message me going, right, I'm prepped for your one car, one track now.
Right. Okay.
Clearly, you haven't listened to it. It's fine. I clearly won't take it personally.
No.
You know what I mean? Don't worry about it. I just commentate you on you every Thursday.
It'd be the what's it? The Ligier with the 6 wheels. F1 car.
Oh, yes, concept car.
Is it the 6-wheel Ligier? I think it was a Ligier. I forget. It might be. It might not.
Hold on.
Was it top?
6-wheel F1 car? Was it? 6-wheel cars in F1.
Yeah, it was 2 front wheel cars. 2 front wheels.
Yeah, because Tyrrell did one, didn't they?
Was it Tyrrell?
Let's have a look. See if
I'd love that one in F1. I think that'd be great. I think that'd be that one. Is that one?
That I agree with. Round Bahrain, no?
Yeah, I think that'd be good round Bahrain. It's F1 track, isn't it?
Yeah, maybe.
For downforce, it's got some nice medium speed, high speed corners.
See, that's bizarre.
Bit of downforce.
Oh, fuck that. It's 2 wheels on the back.
But yeah, that's what I'd want to see.
Oh, yeah, I can understand where you're going with that. What the fuck is that?
Put that in the same race as the Lotus 79.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. Like an historic.
Yeah. They should get more in. They should get more of those cars in because there was a lot of bigger difference between those cars. Like back in the day, the regs weren't nearly as prescriptive as they are now.
No, I agree with that one.
Mm-hmm.
I'll give you that.
The 79 is nice to drive as well. That's a real good one.
All right, mate. Well, I'll give you that one.
The Tyrrell. I thought it was legit, but no, it's a Tyrrell. So yeah, put that one in there.
Yeah,
Bahrain
Ford
as well.
P34 at Bahrain.
Yeah, they would have never raced at Bahrain.
No.
So
I don't think they raced at all, did they? Did they do 1 or 2?
No, I think they were in there. For at least 1 or 2 races before they got binned.
Yeah.
If I remember.
It settled on the 6-wheel P34, which made its competitive debut in 1976. Having 4-inch wheels, 4 10-inch wheels. It doesn't say how long it was in for. But yeah, no, I agree with you on that. I can go with that one.
Yeah.
All right, mate. Well,
I've wanted Bahrain in iRacing for ages, though. Right?
Yeah, I think there's a few tracks that people would want now that they aren't getting. We're getting very obscure Norwegian circuits.
That's the thing. It's like what you go for? But like some of the F1 tracks we've got nowadays, some of them are a bit pants, but some of them are really good.
I think if you can get an F1 calendar in it, you might just about start upping the participation in the W13. I think the problem is there aren't enough tracks to put it at.
I think the problem with that series is that car is just it's too difficult for people to drive.
Yeah,
I would love to drive it because it's the kind of car that I like to drive. Right? It's like you want to drive it fast. It's difficult. It's very, very difficult. But people won't spend the time to learn it, and that's why you just don't get the participation. Which is why I don't drive it because it's just like it's not worth it. I mean, even the radicals like towards the end of where I'd be bothered driving for the participation. I got sick of low participation races when I was doing the Skippy, because you see the same faces every race, and they're like 6k, 7k R rating, and then there's you like getting about 4th or 5th every race because you've got no hope of catching those in front, but you've done enough that you leave everyone else behind, and it's just like the races just get really samey.
Yeah, I think that's the thing. That's where a lot of people have got their iRating from, I think, a lot of the time on that one, mate. Well, thanks so much there as well, Luke, for joining us. It's been an absolute pleasure having you along
No, I've enjoyed it.
for the conversation. We'll see how we get on. Don't forget, guys, as well, if you do want to get involved, the link will be down in the description below. We've got Sean Clark coming along for the ride next week. Now, on the 22nd of July, we've got Mr. Jack Ashton as well, from Jack Ashton Coaching and real life racing driver, I believe he is now as well. And then Luke Maxwell is coming on the 29th of July. So we will be looking at August if you want to come on and join us as well. But thank you so much, guys, for joining us again for episode 17. Luke, pleasure. Dear sir, look forward to hopefully seeing you Thursday.
Yeah, thank you very much for having me.
Yep, on that one. And for now, guys, as always, take care, enjoy yourselves, and we might catch up with you soon.